Hi, I'm Ari Mahpour, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the ESP8266 module. This little device has Wi-Fi built onto it, and it's also a microcontroller, similar to the Arduino, but it's also got the ability to connect to the internet without any external shields or special boards. So today we're going to run through a few different examples and show you how to configure the device. So bring out your little ESP8266 device, let's get it connected to the internet, and let's get started. Okay, we're going to show you how to install the ESP8266 support libraries in order to use it with the Arduino IDE. Since it's not an Arduino board, they had to create third-party libraries to be able to use it with the Arduino IDE. Let's open up the Arduino IDE. We're going to go to File, Preferences, and we're going to paste in inside the additional boards manager URLs. I'm going to paste in this link over here. I'll add a link at the bottom of this video in the description, and also you can find it in the linked article as well. If you have more than one JSON link that you're passing to, you can always open up this dialog box and add another one over here, for example. So let's hit OK. OK. And then now we want to go to the Boards Manager, Tools, Board, Boards Manager. We're going to search for ESP8266. And we're going to install it. Obviously, we want to choose the latest package. In this case, it's already selected. We hit install, and it's going to install all the compilers, the libraries, and actually some examples as well. So once we go back to Tools, Board, we're going to select the ESP8266 boards. Now, there are a lot of different ESP8266 boards. In this case, I'm using the NodeMCU 1.0. So I'm going to select that. Now I should be able to see examples under the 8266. And you see over here, there are plenty of examples, including just a very basic blink LED example, which we'll get to next. So now I'm going to run an example of the blinking LED on the ESP8266. Let's open the Arduino IDE back up. And this example is sitting right here already for you. If you go to File, Examples, go to ESP8266, and go to Blink. Now, before we get started, there's nothing we really need to do. We just need to compile it and then upload it. Before we do that, we do need to make sure that all of our configuration settings have been set up for the particular ESP8266 device that we've purchased. In this case, I have purchased the HiLetgo NodeMCU device from Amazon, and they give a few directions over here on how to configure it. I'm going to just walk you through that very quickly, and you can also find the directions in the article with the link down below. So we're going to make about 5 changes or confirm 5 changes before we continue. So first we're going to go to Tools. Everything's going to be in this area under Tools. So we go to Tools, Board, ESP8266 boards, and I'm choosing NodeMCU 1.0. Again, it's going to be different depending on what board you pick up. It could be an Adafruit board, a SparkFun board, any of these different boards that you see over here that's supported within that library that we added in the preferences. But in this case, I'm using the NodeMCU 1.0. So I'm going to select that, which is already selected. Then I'm going to go to Tools again, Flash Size, and then I'm going to choose, in this case, I'm using the 3 megabyte size over here, the 4 MB, but then the FS:3 MB. Again, these instructions were laid out in the webpage on the Amazon item description. And then again, I'm going to go to Tools, CPU Frequency, make sure it's at 80 megahertz, which it is. Then I'm also going to look at the upload speed. I'm going to change that to 92/1600. Let's select that. And then I'm finally going to make sure my board is plugged in. So I just unplugged it. I'm plugging it in. And now I want to look at the COM port and make sure. So yes, COM5. And just to make sure we can communicate with something. Okay, so we can communicate with the board vid and PID. It's not going to tell me what kind of board it is, but that's fine. So I'm now going to go ahead and verify, and then I will upload to the board. And the compile and upload time is a little bit longer than with a standard Arduino Uno. The bootloader is slightly different. So you will see a little bit of a delay there compared to what you're used to. And it looks like it compiled, so we're going to go ahead and upload it to the board. And now you should see in the top left corner of your NodeMCU board a blue LED flashing on and off. And that's it. We've now completed the Blink example for the ESP8266 NodeMCU module. We're now going to walk through a demonstration of how to utilize the Wi-Fi in order to connect to the internet using the ESP8266 module. Luckily, there is a built-in example that we can utilize. It's called if you go down to File, Examples, and you go to ESP8266 HTTP Client, you click on Basic HTTP Client. The only thing you're really going to need is your router's SSID and password. Now, if you know this, that's great. One thing that you can potentially run into as a problem is using characters that are non-alphanumeric, for example, an apostrophe. In my case, I have a router with an SSID that I've added an apostrophe into it, and it's a little bit of a problem because that character is not processed properly. So if you ever want to try and find your internet router, you can always go to File, Examples, ESP8266 Wi-Fi, and then run the Wi-Fi scan example. And that'll just give you a list of all the networks that are found. In this case, I know what my network SSID is. So I'm going to go to Mahpour guest, my password. Obviously, you don't want to share this with anybody. I set this up right now, but I will change it later. And we will go ahead and verify. And then we will upload this to the device. And after it's been uploaded, we will then go look at the serial monitor and make sure that everything has been initialized and it's able to connect to the client. So now that it is almost done compiling the sketch, we will go ahead and hit upload. Now we want to open up our serial monitor. We go to Tools, Serial Monitor. Make sure we're pulling at 115200 baud. We got to give it a minute to set up, and here we go. If you see HTTP begin, it performs a get. The return status code is 200, which means the get was good. And now it's pulling the header and the body of this web page. So there we have it. We've now acquired a web page, pulled a web page from the internet using our Wi-Fi module via our home router. So now we're going to run a final example for the ESP8266 module. We will pull an MQTT broker example from the Adafruit MQTT library that we downloaded in the Getting Started with MQTT. If you have not downloaded it already, please check out that video, the Getting Started with MQTT. So let's open up the Arduino IDE. And we're going to go to File, Examples. We're going to scroll all the way down. And if you see over here, Adafruit MQTT library, MQTT ESP8266. And again, please check out the Getting Started with MQTT to view the instructions on how to install this library. We're going to open that up. And similar to that example, we do need to put the IO server name, server port. In this case, we need to just put the username and the AIO key. So my username is Ari Mahpour, and I will pull my key. from the Adafruit.io. Remember not to share your key with anyone. I'm going to regenerate my key after this. And then in addition, we need to put our router SSID and password, which again, you don't want to share this with anybody. After this, I will be resetting all this information. Let's go ahead and compile and upload. Okay, it should be done. Looks like it's been connected. It's connected to the server, and let's watch it send data to the server. Setting photocell value 0, 1. Every couple seconds, it's going to send another value. So now let's go back to our Adafruit.io feed. I'm going to refresh that. And you can see over here the photocell less than 1 minute ago. Last value was 4, so let's go look at it in real time. And here we are. The data is coming in live. You can see over here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. And that's how we set up our MQTT device on an ESP8266. And we have now successfully delivered the information to the MQTT broker hosted by Adafruit.io. So today you saw how to work with the ESP8266 module. We ran through a few different examples, including a blinking LED. We connected to the internet and grabbed a web page, and we also set up an MQTT device on the ESP8266 talking to the Adafruit.io MQTT broker. If you enjoyed this video, please definitely hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.